Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prashtaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashtatya Deshatarine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. So actually, you know how you have the invited person and then there's their +1? I'm actually just a +1. We have Lord Nityananda, who has taken up a station just beside Srila Prabhupada. If you can turn your body just facing so that your back is not to Nitai. So we have Lord Nityananda, and I just so happen to be his +1, so he's invited to the festival, and I just tagged along. And we heard so much about taking shelter of Krishna, taking shelter of Lord Nityananda, about what happens when we can take shelter of Lord Nityananda, about how we shall be protected, about how dearly the Lord cares for Nityananda Prabhu. Srila Prabhupada was giving so much credit to Lord Nityananda, saying that if we want to make any spiritual advancement whatsoever, Srila Prabhupada states in Krishna book that if we want to perform any devotional service at all, the impetus, the strength, the ability to perform any devotional service comes from taking shelter of Lord Nityananda. Jai Nitai! He came out just to see all of you. I don't know, we don't sound so excited. We're going to try and sound a little bit more excited. Otherwise, he's going to pull the fire alarm again. Who knows what will happen. He's very mischievous. Jai Nitai! So we'll sing this Panchatattva mantra again, really praying for the entire Panchatattva to somehow or other become present in this great assembly of Vaishnavas. This is our greatest wealth within Kirtan. It is our only aspiration, our greatest prayer, our absolute topmost wish, our one desire. And throughout the day, you'll hear us urging you to sing louder, to sing more, to sing with fuller voices, yes? We've been pestering you all day yesterday. We'll do so again today. But it's because our kirtan is such an offering. Every person who leads is introducing you to a form of Krishna that they have personally dressed. It's like if cooks gathered together and they cooked an entire feast. And then we urged you all to eat it. And half of you said, meh. No one does that with prashadam, do they? Right? Everyone sees prashadam and they relish to their fullest satisfaction. So now we're all cooking up something with the holy name and urging you, please, taste this preparation that we've made. We've offered it to all of our seniors. They say that Srimad Bhagavatam is the ripened fruit, so sweet because it has been tasted by Shukadev Goswami, and now it's now being tasted again as Maha by all of us. Yes? So we'll try and make some sweetness. And the reason that we're begging all of you to chant louder and fuller is because we want you to taste whatever preparation we've tried to make with our humble, feeble attempts. We are kind of like toddlers, babbling, doing the best we can. But anyone who has been around toddlers knows that it's also the sweetest time. Toddlers can say anything, and it becomes the sweetest thing, isn't it? If anybody wants a crash course, you can talk to Padmini Sita. It's the daughter of Krishna Kishore. And she'll talk to you in Spanish, and it's even better if you don't understand Spanish because it's even sweeter. And she'll go on, and she'll have an entire conversation. And it becomes the most sweet thing that you've ever heard, and you probably won't understand any of it. And then you'll go, oh, really? And then she'll say, yes. So our kirtan is a little bit like that. What voice can we impress Krishna with? What attempt can we make? We are like babbling toddlers, but anyone knows that that is the most endearing quality. So let us give our most charming hearts, our most endearing qualities. Let's try and offer that to Krishna today. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nanda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shrivasade Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Gaura Bhakta Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda acharyas have stated that any of these kirtan festivals are only possible because of all of you. See, I told you. It's quite mischievous.
See?
She doesn't need our attention anymore.
I want your attention.
Jaya Gauda!
Hari, 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 hari,
Vrenda!
Jaya Gora Bhakta Vrinda.
Jaya Gauda! Bhakta Vrenda!
Jaya Gora Bhakta Vrinda.
This part is for all of you. All glories to the Gauda Bhakta Vrinda. The entire assembly of Gauda Bhaktas. This is for all of you. So, as we sing once more, glorify your friends. These are actually the truest celebrities in your lives. Jaya Gauda! Vrenda!
Jaya Gora Bhakta Vrinda.
Jaya Gauda Bhakta Vrenda.
Jaya Gora Bhakta Vrinda.
Also, can we have a loud Hari Bol for all of our audio effects team, visual effects team? Everyone is working so hard. Hari Bol! Hari Bol! And in speaking even with our visual effects team, what I heard the most was, what do you think would help serve the devotees most, Mataji? Everyone is just hoping that all of you will be pleased. And so if you do nothing else this festival, one important form of devotional service that you can do is simply to be pleased. To be pleased to see another devotee. And to tell another devotee, thank you for your service. Jaya Gora Bhakta Vrenda. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Rama Hare 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 Gauranga
Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare.
So, yes. Oh, one more.
Hare
Were all of you here during Radhika Ranjan's Kirtan yesterday? No? Yes? Yes. And he spoke about a very interesting pastime taking place within Kusum Sarovar. Yes? That wonderful place where flowers are picked. And it reminded me of another pastime that also begins in this very place of Kusum Sarovar. So with your permission, we'll dive into this wonderful lake of incredibly sweet pastimes of Shri Shri Radha Krishna. Yes? Permission granted. Thank you. So one day, as Srimati Radharani and all of the gopis arrived at Kusum Sarovar to pick flowers, Krishna was there. And this was not exactly unusual. However, Krishna seemed to be in a very irritable mood. He was marching back and forth, stick in hand. The gopi said, "What are you doing?" He said, "The question is not what am I doing? The question is what are you all doing? We've come here to pick flowers. This is what this place is for." Krishna said, "How can you? These flowers are the property of the king of Braj, and therefore, they're my property. As the son and heir to the kingdom of all of Vrindavan, these flowers belong to me and my family. You are all trespassers and thieves. I will punish you severely today. All of the gopis looked incredulously at one another. Lalita Devi stepped forward. She has a very fiery temperament and an incredible nature which sweetens all of Krishna's pastimes. And she angrily said to him, "You really think that you and your family, you all rule Vrindavan simply because you have a few more cows than some others? Who gave you the authority to cordon off all of these flowers? In fact, these flowers belong to Vrindavan." And Krishna said, "Yes, that is so. And I am Rajendra Nandan." And Lalita said, "I don't care. I happen to be friends with the queen of Vrindavan, and she reigns supreme." Krishna said, "Impossible. How could this have happened?" Well, somehow this entire place was given to Vrinda Devi, and therefore it is named Vrindavan. And Vrinda Devi gave it to my friend, and she is known as Vrindavaneshwari. And so, I think my royalty is more important than your royalty. Krishna seemed a little bit confused by all of this. They went back and forth. They pulled out shastric evidence. They pulled out all kinds of land evidence. And finally, Lalita Devi said, "Well, there's one simple way to end this dispute. Why don't you talk to Srimati herself and tell her she's not the queen of Vrindavan?" This Krishna could not do. Because the moment that Krishna was able to look upon the form of Srimati Radharani, all he could do was bow down to the supreme ruler of all of Vrindavan. Shri Vrindavaneshwari Srimati Radharani ki! And in this regard, a coronation was performed. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Pitcher after pitcher of crystalline water was brought from all of the holy rivers and sacred ponds. And Srimati Radharani was bathed. And she was coronated as Shri Vrindavaneshwari, the once and for all supreme empress of all of Vrindavan. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare
coronation was performed. And Srimati Radharani had a beautiful crown on her head, and they gave her a scepter. Krishna stepped forward because they gave out royal positions in the entire court of Srimati herself. Krishna said, I would like a job. And Lalita Devi said, well, I don't know if there is one for you. Krishna said, please, let me have one meager position, even if it is a humble one. I would like to submit a request. I would like to be a constable. I will go forth all over Vrindavan. I will walk everywhere and anywhere, and I will proclaim the supremacy of Srimati Radharani throughout the entire land of Vrindavan. Lalita Devi said, well, you have to submit an application, and then we'll have it under review, and maybe, we'll put you on a trial. And so Krishna wrote a very formal letter. He put forth a very good application and placed it at the lotus feet of Srimati Radhika. And Lalita Devi and all of the gopis said, well, very well. I suppose you can be a constable for Her Majesty. Krishna put on a very wonderful outfit that day. He had on a vest and a purple sash. And they even gave him an official badge, a pin to put on. They gave him a rod of punishment. He had on a very special turban with a feather, so that everyone would know that he was a minister of very important royal affairs. And he went everywhere throughout Vrindavan. He told the birds, he told the trees, he told even the breeze of Vrindavan, Srimati Radharani is queen! Srimati Radharani ki! Srimati Radharani ki! Ki Vrindavaneshwari ki! Oh Radhe, Shri Radhe, Jaya Radhe, Shri Radhe, Jaya Radhe, Shri Radhe. Jaya Radhe, Shri Radhe. This same Krishna, who enchants the entire universe, he is usually known as Jagan Mohan. Now, he has given up this position. He only wishes to be known as Shri Radharaman, the beloved and the servant of Srimati Radharani. So now, this is going to be a little interactive. I will say Jagan Mohan, you all will say Radharaman. Yes? Jagan Mohana.
Radharamana,
Okay, we'll try again. Jagan Mohana.
Radharamana,
Ah. Jagan Mohana.
Radharamana,
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 Jagan Mohana. 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 As Krishna was wandering throughout the forest, something very peculiar was wrong. His flute had gone missing. And so he marched back to the assembly of Srimati Radharani and he said, "Oh Vrindavaneshwari, oh Queen of Vrindavan, I have a complaint." The rest of the gopis thought, so dramatic. It's like the fire alarm, you know? And Krishna said, no, this is serious business. I'd like to report a theft in the kingdom of Srimati. Lalita Devi thought, impossible. There is no theft here. Also, she was just coronated queen. What could go missing? Krishna said, well, I'm glad you asked. My flute has gone missing. And many of the gopis thought, oh, Krishna's flute has gone missing. Lalita Devi said, good. Good riddance. Now you can't trouble us anymore, calling us in the daytime, in the nighttime. Sometimes we're just trying to get dressed. And for ladies, this is very important, yes? And instead you're interrupting. Now we arrive with kajal on one eye, saris all in disarray, and then when we arrive, you say, what happened to your appearance? You happened to our appearance. The flute is gone? Good, it should stay gone. And Krishna says, funny that you should think it should stay gone. What if you took it? She said, of course I didn't take it. And furthermore, how can we trust a constable who can't even keep track of his own belongings? She thought, Srimati, really, we should fire him from his position. Krishna thought, me? I'm offended. Fire me. In fact, I think we should search for my flute. And whoever the culprit is should surrender their position. Lalita Devi thought, fine, do whatever you need to do, but make it quick. The day is going on and soon we'll all have to go home. Krishna thought, very well. All of you gopis, we should search everyone. Open your veils, drop all the sashes, shake out all of the cloth, and we'll find my flute for sure. All of the gopis did as they were asked, and Krishna was looking at them menacingly. And the flute was nowhere to be found. Finally, Krishna looked at Srimati Radharani. Something must be done. I am an innocent citizen. You have to protect all of the innocents. Lalita Devi thought, this is too much. Are you done with your dramatics yet? And he thought, you seem to be giving a lot of arguments. Maybe you are harboring my flute. She said, of course I'm not. Well, of course she was. But it wasn't her fault. You see, before Krishna went on his constable journeys, he had hidden his flute within the folds of Lalita Devi's cloth. And so Krishna said, you, why don't you shake out all of your cloth and then we'll see if my flute is anywhere to be found. Lalita Devi said, of course it's not here. And she shook out her cloth and out came the flute. Oh, this was a great embarrassment. Krishna said, I always knew. This is your minister? Chief officials. The corruption has reached the highest ranks of society. Oh, this is what politics has come to in Vrindavan. Oh. She should immediately surrender her position. Lalita Devi thought, he's a liar. He lies every day, just for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. He's been lying to his mother since he was 3. How can we trust him? He should give up his position. Just for performing all of these dramatics, we know that he's in charge of everything. She thought, Srimati Radharani, you should put an end to this. He should give up his position. And Krishna, of course, is saying she should give up her position. And now the both of them are arguing. And finally, Srimati Radharani says this should be handled carefully. Krishna, you should give up your position. And Krishna thinks, what injustice. Me? I'm an innocent victim. We've heard you, but still, you should give up this position of constable. Surrender your badge this very moment. Krishna, with trembling hands and a broken heart, thinks, how could this have happened? He takes his badge, and just as he begins to lay it at the lotus feet of Srimati Radharani, she takes his hand. Sham. Of course you should give up this position, because your position was never meant to be a mere constable. You're always meant to sit on the throne beside me, ruling as the Supreme Master of Sri Vrindavan Dham. Immediately, Krishna changed into a wonderful royal outfit, looking again like the Prince of Vrindavan. He took his seat beside Srimati Radharani. And all of the inhabitants of Vrindavan cried out, Jai Radhesha!
Radhesha! Radhe!
That wasn't loud enough, nearly. I told a really good story. You can even find it in Shiva Maharaj's books, which are out on the book tables. One more time. Radhe! Radhe Sham Sham Sham, Radhe Sham Sham Sham,
Sham Sham Sham, Radhe Sham Sham, Radhe Sham Sham Sham, Radhe Sham Sham Sham,
Radhe Sham Sham Sham,
Hey Radhe Sham Sham Sham, Radhe Sham Sham Sham,
Radhe Sham Sham Sham, Radhe Sham Sham Sham,
Radhe Sham Sham Sham, Radhe Sham Sham Sham,
Radhe Sham Sham Sham,
Radhe 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 Sham, Radhe 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 Sham.
Bhajaman Radhe Govinda,
Radhe Govinda,
Bhajaman Radhe Govinda, Bhajaman Krishna Kanhaiya, Bhajaman Krishna Kanhaiya.
Bhajaman Krishna, 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 Krishna Kanhaiya.
Bhajamana Krishna, 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 Kanhaiya.
Bhajaman Radhe, 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 Radhe Govinda.
Radhe, 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 Radhe. Govinda, Radhe Govinda,
Radhe Govinda,
Jai Jai Radhe Govinda,
Bhajman Radhe Govinda,
Radhe Govinda,
Radhe Govinda,
Radhe Govinda,
Bhajman Radhe Govinda,
Radhe Govinda,
Radhe Govinda,
Radhe Govinda,
Bhajman Radhe Govinda,
Radhe Govinda,
Radhe Govinda,
Radhe
Bhajman Radhe,
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 Radhe.
Radhe Govinda,
Radhe 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 Govinda,
Bhajman Radhe, Radhe, Radhe Govinda, 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 Govinda Radhe,
Govinda 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 Radhe,
Govinda, Govinda, Govinda Radhe,
Govinda Govinda Radhe,
Govinda, Govinda, Govinda Radhe,
Govinda 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 Radhe,
Govinda, Govinda, Govinda Radhe.
Govinda 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 Radhe.
Bhajaman Radhe,
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 Radhe.
Radhe Govinda, Bhajaman Radhe, Radhe, Radhe Govinda, Bhajaman Radhe, Radhe, Radhe Govinda, Radhe, Radhe, Radhe Govinda, Radhe, Radhe, Radhe Govinda, Radhe, सुंदर की
जय
बोलो जय जय बोलो जय जय
श्री राधे
बोलो जय जय श्री राधे
श्याम